We are behind the scenes at Cantina, one of my favorite spots here in San Francisco. SF Cocktail Week is coming up on the 19th of September, and one of the participants is our pal Duggan here from Cantina.
Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you, man? It's been a while since I saw you mixing and mashing at a delicious event not too long ago. That was fantastic. Now, it's been 4.5 years, right, since you've opened here at Cantina.
We opened Cantina in May of 2007. It's been a great ride.
Yeah, so I mean, from day one till now, I mean, I'm sure you've learned a whole bunch about the cocktail scene, and like, what really got you into the idea that you wanted to do something like this here in San Francisco?
As in, why we started San Francisco Cocktail Week?
Yeah, like, the Cocktail Week, obviously, it's been around for now 5 years, and so it kind of coincides with the existence of Cantina. So as far as getting just the awareness of the art of the mixed cocktail to the masses.
Are you familiar with the phrase, a rising tide raises all boats?
I am. It's a good one, yeah. It's been a while since I've heard it, but
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing me to repeat it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Essentially what I believe is that there can't just be one great cocktail bar in town. There can't just be 5. There has to be plenty. And frankly, in 2007, when we also first started San Francisco Cocktail Week, we really believed that there were a lot of great cocktail programs in San Francisco that we really needed to highlight. And I think we just wanted to bond and frankly drive business back into the bars and really celebrate the great part of the culinary culture that cocktails brings to San Francisco.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the culinary movement. It always, progresses a bit. I feel like cocktails, I mean, you can't even open a bar these days unless you have some kind of a cocktail program in place.
You cannot open a bar in San Francisco, or I should say a restaurant in San Francisco, without having a great cocktail.
And so have you seen a point in history, compared to, from the starting of Cocktail Week and just seeping into the general consensus of people's minds, like, have you seen a definite change? Was there a point along the timeline of history where you saw it make the change from just, here's standard drinks and more artisanal creations?
Certainly. When I moved to San Francisco in 2002. No, that was a bit of humor. I would say, honestly, I really started to see a big change in 2006. There seemed to be a critical mass across the community, wherein it wasn't just, say, Absinthe Brasserie doing great work anymore. We weren't just doing one-off restaurants, like when I worked at Frisson. We opened that in 2004. Then there was a time when Bacar was doing really great work, etc., etc. 2006, a lot of great bars opened up. We've discussed Alembic, we discussed Bourbon and Branch, and other bars started to open up, and then restaurants really started putting a lot of effort into branding their cocktail programs, such as Range.
Yeah, there's a bit of a tipping point in sort of this critical
mass. That was the tipping point. In my memory, 2006 was a great year for cocktails, and then the next year, in 2007, is not only when Cantina opened, but it's when we first started San Francisco Cocktail Week.
You kind of started this Pisco revolution here in town, and Pisco is, I was going to ask you what one of the new hot trends here within in the bartender community is, and I know for a fact Pisco is really kind of coming on strong, and so what was your affinity with Pisco, and what kind of got it into your...
I think we can safely say that Pisco, not unlike or similar to, say, Mezcal or Cachaça, is an underdog Latin spirit, right? It's not a mainstream one like vodka or gin or even whiskey or tequila is now, right? When we opened Cantina here in 2007, we wanted to open up as a classic cocktail bar.
Because I mean, I think few people know that the Pisco punch was invented here in San Francisco.
Exactly.
But for somebody who might not be into Pisco, how would you describe it? Because people sometimes think like a Pisco sour is a drink, like a margarita is a drink or something. But few people know that Pisco is the actual spirit itself.
Indeed. So in that example, Pisco sour, well, Pisco is actually a modifier. It's also a noun, though. It's the category of spirit that goes into the cocktail. Just like tequila is the category of spirit that goes into a margarita. Pisco is the eponymous grape spirit originally from Peru.
So this drink you're going to make us here in a bit, it's you described it as, I don't know if you want me to say that,
I want you to say what you want to say.
Because I love it so much. Poolside whimsy is what you described it as. And, I don't want somebody to rip off the name because I think it has to somehow appear on your cocktail menu in the very near future.
It will in the future.
But it is actually called, again,
It's called a refuge and tonic.
And this is what you'll actually be serving up at SF Cocktail Week, correct?
At every event at SF Cocktail Week, a refuge and tonic will be served. It's the signature drink, and every year we like to have a signature drink, something that we feel really close to, something fun, something that features a different spirit, and something that has some whimsy.
That has some whimsy. You can drink by poolside, perfect for our delicious summer that just popped up.
Well, September in San Francisco is awesome.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So, something awesome that is happening in September is, of course, SF Cocktail Week starts on the 19th.
Indeed.
All sorts of events that you can check out. There's everything from an event at an antique store called Big Daddy's, which I'm looking forward to checking out. The best in the West with bartenders from all over the West part of the United States. And of course, make sure to look out for yourself. And if we can get, you know, if you want to maybe walk through this cocktail here, that'd be.
I would love to. I'm going to make you our Refuge and Tonic made with Oxley Gin, signature drink of San Francisco Cocktail Week. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, all right.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
So I begin with a little 1.5 ounces of Oxley Gin. Very light, bright, sophisticated spirit. Okay, and then a little Lillet.
So it's not Lillet.
It's not Lillet.
Oh man, crazy. I've been calling it all these years.
I'm sure it has been pronounced as such before. Little Bordeaux white wine aperitif.
It's not Bordeaux.
It's Bordeaux. Yeah, gosh, we're just on a roll here. What did I put in here, Ruggie?
That would be the coconut puree.
Indeed. Perfect Puree, the Napa Valley, great product. I get mine in the frozen food section of better grocery stores. A little house-made simple syrup, right? Just a little bit of sugar, and then, of course, always use fresh citrus, right, folks? So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in a 1/2 ounce.
And you know, this is pretty much a real fancy gin and tonic, right?
That's what it is. It is a fancy gin and tonic for poolside and/or September in San Francisco.
Whimsy. Don't forget the whimsy.
Which is a bit of whimsy. I mean, who doesn't like coconut in their cocktails?
Absolutely. I think, you know, we were talking about this earlier. It's time for men to really embrace the fact that coconut's delicious.
Coconut's a lot.
And I had to raise my voice when I said that. To really show
You actually went up an octave.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Let's shift. Do you do this at home?
You know, I did it one time and the glass actually fell out and I made a big mess in my house.
All right. So, a nice vigorous shake. Right, the drink is going to come out.
I feel like if I did that night in, night out, I'd have like the biggest guns on the planet. I'd be showing people where, you know, where the gun show is.
Case in point.
Where's the beach?
All right, ready? So I'm going to simultaneously pour the cocktail that I shook, as well as a little tonic.
Ooh, look at that.
All right. This really is going to be the best gin and tonic you, sir, have ever had.
Looking forward to it. And is there a reason that you pour it at the same time? Does it open up any flavors that it wouldn't have done before?
You know, I believe that it actually does. It also really fully integrates the tonic into the rest of the cocktail rather than just floating it on top.
Yeah.
First and foremost, because the Perfect Puree is heavy, right? It's got some weight. So even though you shook it up and integrated the flavors, it's still a little bit heavier, so you want the tonic to lift it.
Gotcha, okay.
All right? I'm gonna put a little lime wedge on there, and then over here I've just got a little bit dusting of cardamom powder, cardamom being one of the botanicals often used to make both tonic water and gin.
Hey, little known fact, I didn't know that.
Enjoy.
All right, the poolside whimsy. Here we go. We'll put a little straw in this bad boy so I can...
Yeah, by all means.
Here we go. That is a fancy gin and tonic right there.
Indeed.
That is poolside whimsy, my friends. That is good stuff. Duggan, hey, thank you so much, dude.
Thank you.
And you know, we'll be seeing you at SF Cocktail Week, and
I'll be seeing you all next week.
Outside of that as well, I mean, come to Cantina here on Sutter if you want to throw out the address.
Indeed, we're at 580 Sutter Street on Sutter between Powell and Mason.
Perfect, right on.
Yeah, thank you.
And this has been another intriguing, fantastic midday classic known as the Get Your Yelp On podcast, and we'll see you guys soon.